So, weekly report, far right-hand side. Get mine in here. Pretty much the same trend. Transactions off a smidge, 302 versus 309, off 2%. But the same trend continues with the absorption average and median. That's the story. 290 million, up 17.7% from the 246 million of last year. And you can see if you take the 290 back, it's ahead of all prior years, including '04 when your prior total absorption was 2.56. Last year's 2.864. So with lots of transactions, 4,680 transactions in '08. So in '04, excuse me. So frames up what that number is. Your average at 961, 352 is up 20%. That's way above last year's record, which year end was 751, 956. And so that's way above that. So it's skewed in part by Millennium Place, but we'll get into that in a minute. I just ran some numbers on the over a million for an article in the paper somebody called me about. Next one, median, same thing, 685, up 30%. Record was last year at 550,900. So high end pushing the numbers and the needle on what's going on.
Broker in the room now, looking transaction-based business. There's no inventory.
Yeah.
What do they do in the next 6 weeks to create inventory?
We talk about it all the time. First of all, it's going to reward the listing broker. That's the first thing. If you control the listing, you're going to control your income. Okay? So taking out and extracting all of this information and going to a seller and saying, look, this is a unique opportunity. I get it. I understand it. The fundamentals are unbelievable. So we can go out there with an aggressive number that may be very motivating for you to sell at this point in time. You may be planning to sell a year from now, go to Florida, whatever the case may be. Maybe we should go now. Why? Because the inventory and the competition for you is so limited. Okay? And the pipeline is going to catch up in 2 to 3 years, because it takes a long time to build a tower. So it'll be smaller projects, so the value of those, somebody could take the other contrarian view and say, wow, based on what you just said, I might as well just sit tight for 2 years, because I'm not going to have anything new come into the marketplace that I can move into, or my competition, the buyer can move into for 3 years.
And then the other point that is made is, if prices continue to go up, why should I do it now? Because they're still going to go up.
Well, a couple things. You don't know what's going to happen. We could be in another war the way things are going, right? You see that on the macro negative, and you see the volatility. You could have maybe a big correction in the stock market. You could have a lot of things happening. So you don't know. Interest rates are going up. We know that. They're going to go up. So there's a lot of reasons to focus in on a buying decision, quite frankly, right now. And then how about the opportunity cost? If you sell it now and you have 2 years with that money, it's called opportunity cost. So you can take that money and you can do something with it. Okay? Whatever you choose to do in type of investment that you have the comfort level for. You can put it in, utility. You can put it into, municipality, the tax-free stuff. There's a bunch of stuff you can put it into. Okay? And sleep very, very well. Okay? So there's lots of reasons that you can argue it a couple of different ways. Okay? So that was good. Anything?